seguir avanzando con ellas. Quería darle un aviso, me pide el Digital Bank que les avise a las fintechs de la primera ronda, a las startups de la primera ronda, que se acerquen por favor a la parte de acá atrás del escenario para que ya se preparen en la primera ronda que viene justamente después de esta charla, que vamos a escuchar las dos siguientes charlas y después vienen el grupo de fintechs. Quisiera presentarles a un CEO. Él viene directamente desde Estados Unidos y precisamente desde la meca de la innovación mundial, desde Silicon Valley. Él es Tom Tovar, es CEO de Updom, una empresa que trabaja con multinacionales, empresas de todo tamaño, bancos, retail, supermercados, también con aseguradoras, y tiene varias otras inversiones, entre ellas me decía incluso en Globo, ¿no? La empresa que entrega couriers y demás, todo eso que está en toda América Latina. Su charla va a ser sobre el tema de Securing Mobile Finance Apps en el mundo, o sea, en general sobre el tema de seguridad y demás. Así que quisiera pedirles un aplauso para Tom Tovar y sobre todo también a la empresa que hace posible traerle a Tom Tovar, que es la empresa DOS o DOS, que es uno de nuestros patrocinantes estrellas en este Digital Bank en Insurance. Tom, please. Un aplauso, por favor, para Tom.
Okay.
Tom, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
The floor is yours.
Thank you.
Take care.
Good morning, Ecuador. Good morning, Guayaquil. Thank you for having me. It's amazing to be here. I'm proud to represent Updom, but also DOS, our partner. We've been partnering with DOS for the last almost 4 years, bringing mobile security to Latin America. We have many, many, many proud customers around the world, approximately 240 banks and fintech companies and m-commerce apps trust Updom to secure their mobile apps. We have about 140 million mobile end users protected, and I'm happy to share what I've learned around the world, meeting with mobile banks and fintech companies just like yourself. But before we do that, I want to share a little video about our partner, DOS, to show you what an amazing company they are to work with, and hopefully you'll all get a chance to meet us outside all day. So let's start with the video.
DOS sigue evolucionando gracias a su confianza y lealtad. Gracias, porque sus sueños, metas y objetivos nos inspiran cada día a creer en un mejor Ecuador. Impulsamos el desarrollo de nuestros clientes a través de la tecnología y trabajamos constantemente en el compromiso de regalar al planeta más vida y a la sociedad un futuro mejor. Apoyamos programas de reforestación y reciclaje, talleres de empoderamiento para personas en situación de vulnerabilidad y adquirimos productos de pequeños emprendimientos. Gracias por ser parte de este gesto, fomentando un mayor nivel de conciencia en el mundo de los negocios. Nuestro compromiso es servir con amor, conectando personas para cumplir sus sueños. DOS y Updom les da la bienvenida a Digital Bank.
Yay! Yeah. Okay. It's scary. Mobile banking is scary. Fintech is scary. Certainly for your users who you expect to trust you. So my talk today, I really loved all the presenters before because they talked about the user experience. They talked about new mobile apps. They talked about new mobile experiences for end users, all of which are necessary to building an incredible brand, an incredible future for digital banking and insurance in Latin America. What is the basic challenge that you face? It really hasn't changed in hundreds of years. Your goal is to deliver a product that consumers trust, that end users will place their faith in, and give you their money in order to complete transactions. But the reality is that most users today don't trust their mobile bank. The World Economic Forum did a study of millennials and Gen Z and asked them, do you trust your mobile bank only 28% said that they actually trust their digital bank and their mobile bank. 28%. That's nothing. And Forrester also came out with this study that said 1/3 of adults who don't use mobile banking say it's because they don't believe it's secure. So you have 1/3 of the population saying they don't believe it's secure, right? And 28% of millennials saying we don't think it's safe. These are staggering percentages. They also went so far as to say that banks who fail to reassure customers visually by making security a core part of the mobile app experience will not gain traction in the marketplace. So all of a sudden, that trust that the foundation of banks is built on, is at risk. In the mobile economy, you can't take it for granted. In the mobile economy, you have to work harder. In the mobile economy, you have to put security front and center in your mobile banking experience if you expect to attract and retain users. It's no longer something in the background. It has to be in everything you do. Couple of slides, couple of charts, one from SurveyMonkey, one from AppAttentive, deals with the challenge of mobile security. Mobile security, the typical way you sell mobile security is you say, bad things will happen, and if bad things happen, you will lose business. Okay, everybody knows that. But what happens is the economy of your mobile app also suffers. It becomes harder and harder to attract and retain new users. Okay? In the United States, it's well known that if you have a cyber attack on your mobile banking app, your cost of customer acquisition will jump by 50%. It will cost you 50% more to acquire new users after a mobile breach. Also, your retention curve, which is an average retention curve for all mobile banking apps and all fintech challenger apps, will crater. So not only will it cost you more to attract new users, but the revenue that you get from those users and the engagement that you get from even those users that weren't impacted all of a sudden goes down. So the economy of your mobile app suffers every time you have a mobile breach. This one was amazing to me. This one blew my mind. This is the World Economic Forum in 2019. I had the good fortune to go as an invited guest and a speaker. It was an amazing, amazing time. They did this study, and right below war, an economic downturn of the entire global economy, okay, global citizens rank cyber attacks and theft of data and money as their #1 risk to themselves. War, economic downturn, loss of my identity and my money. Think of that. Think of that. That's an amazing thing. And that's above, by the way, that's above populist and nativist agendas. That's above cyber attacks that affect operations and infrastructure, loss of confidence in collective security alliances. They rank loss of money and data as #4 on their list of hierarchies. This is also an interesting study that was done. Where did the Gartner did this? I think the logo's not there. Sorry about that. That looked at mobile application vulnerabilities, and looked at what is going on inside of the mobile app infrastructure. And as you can see, insecure data storage, meaning not protecting consumer users' information. Incorrect implementation of session expiration, insecure inter-process communication, sensitive data stored in the application source code. Which means that, as the OWASP report pointed out earlier this year, that 85% of mobile apps have zero protection in them or insufficient protection at all. So it means when you look down at your phone today, those of you who are using your phone right now, of the apps that you have on your phone, 85% of them have no protection at all. And we at AppDome demonstrate on a regular basis how easy it is to hack apps, even apps that have things like money and personally identifiable information associated with them. So what this means is security for you and reestablishing or establishing that new layer of trust is critical. It's absolutely foundational to how you build your business. This is not an AppDome study. This is the FT Partners Research, Financial Times Partners Research, that talks about a big topic going on in mobile banking and insurance these days, which is the fintech challenger market. This is an explosion of innovation, an explosion of new market entrants, an explosion of partnerships between traditional banks, startups, democratizing information, making the user experience better and better and better. And what's happening as a result is users' expectations are changing into a traditional banking conversation of checking, credit card, savings, and so forth, changing into a much more modern, much more casual, much more useful conversation around how to build a nest egg. These apps are using words like your loot or your stash. They're allowing you to set goals when most mobile banking apps don't allow you to set goals. You want that new purse? Set a goal. You want to go on vacation? Draw down on your loot. Things like this. The conversation of these apps, these services are changing the landscape of what consumers expect. And these put mobile first. These companies are largely mobile. They're not the only competition that you have to face, of course. You have, we do a lot of work with Rakuten, bringing Rakuten not only mobile apps, not only in Japan, securing those apps, but bringing the Rakuten Pay and Rakuten loyalty programs to the United States as well. Rakuten, in one of the projects we're working on, is actually filing in the United States to be a bank themselves. So you're going to see increased competition for consumer dollars from very non-traditional banks and financial services corporations. I believe Rakuten will get their license about mid-year, and we're already seeing the same thing with Google, Uber, Apple Pay, Amazon, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Each one of these companies is going to face the same challenge that you'll face. You have a head start today because you have the people who are trusting you with their money, but in order to maintain competitiveness, in order to maintain ahead, you have to do things differently. You have to switch how you think about security. You have to switch how you think about trust. You have to build it into the UI of your app and convince their customers in a new conversation that's more casual, that's more modern, that focuses on millennials and Gen Z, how to get there. I really love the gentleman who presented the digital piggy bank. Great. Start there. I agree. Okay. So what do you have to do? How do you stay competitive? How do you stay ahead? How do you maintain your leadership? Well, it's quite simple. Most digital banks and insurance companies have done a tremendous job securing your back-end infrastructure. You have system after system, product after product, layer after layer that protects your app servers, protects you against DDoS attacks, protects you against bots, unwanted traffic, and so forth. You've all done an amazing job at protecting your back end. But as you move this direction and you try to be increasingly mobile, and you try to enable fintech challengers and startups with APIs and access to your data and so forth, different questions emerge. Now it's not only about your infrastructure, it's about the client and your expectation when you make your data available of the client. What is going to happen in the app? Is a developer going to make a mistake and leave credentials in the clear? Is a developer going to get tired and leave data open to outside hackers? What's going to happen? So as you move this direction, if you start thinking about APIs, I want you to think about minimum security standards and mobile apps protecting the code and what data is there within the client itself. Hacking versus defending, okay? Hackers use automation. Hackers use automation. It's no longer the case that hackers sit in the basement with headphones on and a hoodie hacking away like this. They don't do it. They build tools and use automation to attack your apps every day. Absolutely every day. Defenders, by big difference, is they actually do it the old-fashioned way. They teach, they learn, they try, they say, hey, Tomas, code security to an app. Okay, let me go download some articles and read how to do that. Defenders okay? Those of you who build mobile apps, you use the old way. The attackers, they use the modern way. They collaborate, they work together to build tools and systems to systematically break down every defense that you put in place in your application. And it's so much easier today. Every single person in this room could go to YouTube right now, go to Google and say how to hack an Android app. You could learn in 15 minutes or less. There are so many tools out in the world, so many places you can go, and this is becoming an economy in and of itself. Kids are dropping out of school to become hackers as a job. In America, we have a thing called crowdsourcing. I mean, we have it here, of course, but crowdsourcing. They have vulnerability assessment companies like one of our partners named BugCrowd, who basically offer bug bounty programs, lots of money, tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, to anybody that can hack apps. Kids, 11 years old, 9 years old, 12 years old, 14 years old, come home from school, download tools, hack away at apps, send in submissions, and make money. Kids, children, because the tools are there, because it's automated, and they do it constantly. Now, this is an entire economy of ethical hackers. But remember, non-ethical hackers don't ask permission. Non-ethical hackers just do it and then start stealing money and information. So I hope you get a chance to come out and see the demo. We're going to be there all day. I hope you come out and talk to the DOS team. They're amazing. They have 35 years of mobile application security, definitely experts in security, cloud, and infrastructure. Come see AppDome. Come see how we take AI and we use AI to code defenses into your apps so that you can stay ahead of the hackers and deliver amazing mobile experiences for every single citizen across Latin America. Thank you very much for your time and appreciate your hospitality. Oh, have to stay up
Wait
here.
there.
Stay up here for a picture.
Thank you, Tom. Amazing job.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my God. Okay. Yay. Yay.
Okay.
He's trying to look for the good setting.
Yeah. Are you going to be with us in Quito?
Yes, and I'll
Okay.
see you all in,
Okay.
well, not all
Yeah.
of you, but see you in Quito.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Take
All
care.
right.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.